Welcome to my self-introduction video. Here you can see a slide that shows all my different hairs and how it changed over the years. I have had blonde hair, I have had brown hair, I have had short hair, I have had long hair. I have had 80s hair, I've had 90s hair, I wore wig and ponytails and pigtails as well as hair designs. These changing hairstyles give a good representation of what my life is about. Over the years it has changed, and this is keeping my life interesting. So let me start with my childhood. Here you can see me and my sister and my mom where I was born in Germany. While Germany is very well known for beer, I myself prefer soccer. So during the World Cup I really get into it, and I really get into it with my dogs as well as with my friends. My education started in high school in Studensee Blankenloch. This is where I got my high school diploma. After that, I went to the Städtische Klinikum and I obtained a radiology technologist degree. Then I moved to Florida and I attended the University of North Florida, where I got my bachelor's degree in chemistry as well as in biology. It is there when I realized that I wanted to be a professor. And then I attended New York University to get my doctorate degree in organic chemistry. After that, I went to Columbia University, where I obtained a National Institute of Health postdoctoral fellowship. It is then that I moved to Crete, and that is where I was really able to accomplish what I always wanted to do. My passion, my teaching. I love teaching my students in front of the board when I explain them about organic chemistry, or working with my students in the lab, showing them research techniques. Over the years, I have conducted many summer research projects, and here you can see several of my students and postdocs who I've worked with over the years. Let me show you a little bit of how I live. Here you can see an aerial shot of my house. I live on 20 acres and have plenty of room. If you look closely under this tree, you can see 2 of my Arabian horses. I also have 3 acres of grapes on this side and 3 acres of grapes on the south side of my property. Here is my family. I am married to David Simonsbergen. He is the father of my stepchildren, and this is Kale, this is Carly, and these 2 dogs are what I consider my real children. Here you can see my mom, and this is my sweet nephew. He lives in Germany. What is my cause? What makes my heart beat? My cause is to stop animal cruelty. Over the years, I have given several talks in Nebraska about animal cruelty and the treatment of animals ethically. So, a couple of years back, I decided to put a big billboard sign up in front of Casey's on Main Street in Crete. And this is supposed to promote an animal adoption website called petfinder.com. These are my dogs. On the left, you can see Beaker and myself, where we're proudly displaying ourselves on Times Square. Here you can see Smudge. She came to me without eyes, so I really had to learn how to teach a blind dog. Over here you can see me with many of my dogs in the morning. We call that the Love Fest, when we all get to snuggle before we eat breakfast. Here you see my 2 pugs, and here my 2 peaks. Here are some of my horses. I really like horseback riding, and I have 2 mini horses and also a nice big brown horse. This one, Buster on the top right, he's my favorite mini horse. However, he also gets me in a lot of trouble. For example, he ran away a couple of times over to the neighbor's house, and there he ate all of their peaches off their trees and kicked their dogs. Then I had to build a very fence-proof horse pasture. While my life is very happy, I also have some sads in my life. For example, when I attended New York University, I was there when the towers came down, since New York University is just a few blocks north of that site. Here you can see my dad. He was an animal lover just like me. He passed away of cancer. Here you can see my mom. She also suffered of cancer a couple of years ago, of breast cancer, and after surgery, chemo, and radiation, she survived, and she's still alive, and that makes me really happy. Down here you can see me with my 2 pugs, and they have recently passed away. So did Pinocchio, my Arabian horses, and my rabbit, as well as my birds. I love to travel. On the top left here, you can see me right here in India, and I went there with my friends Carla, Linda, and Charmin. And we also brought along a bunch of DONE students to conduct service learning. Here, I went to Iran, where I visited my very, very dear friend, Habibi. She's an organic chemistry professor at Shahid Beheshti University in Tehran. I also went to Dubai and visited the Arab Emirates multiple times. I was also selected as a finalist Fulbright scholar to attend research there. Here's Israel. I love Israel. This is a wonderful place to study religion. In this particular case, I spend a lot of time in Jerusalem. Most recently, I took my students to Karlsruhe, Germany, my birthplace, where my students attended the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology and conducted 8 weeks of research. Let me tell you that I love having fun. On the top left, I was in a melodrama as an old lady that was really rich. I love going to weddings such as this one when I attended Ashi's wedding. Here, I took my research group to the Lincoln Escape Room. And here I went with my friends tubing on the Omaha River. My favorite holiday is Halloween. It started when I was young. I love getting in costumes. And it really makes a big fun experience for me and my husband when we're getting ready every year to do a new theme. I also convince my colleagues to get into it. This is a colleague of mine from the biology department. Of course, I have to make fun with my children and my dogs as well. I would like to thank you for listening to my self-introduction.